Welcome to today's intuitive tarot and oracle reading. I'm going to introduce the Starman Tarot into our readings today. So anytime I bring in a new deck, it's always introduced to everyone. So we're not going to do the whole reading with it, but we're going to just bring it in and start getting the deck used to working with all the other decks and the crystals. So I just wanted to show you that. This is based off of artwork that the artist created for David Bowie. So I'm very attracted to it. It's a lot of sacred geometry art that is just incredibly beautiful. And it's actually a little outside my my box that I normally go for with tarot and oracle. So I'm really excited. I've worked with it a little bit on my own, just me and the deck, and we are definitely ready for today's reading. So thank you so much. So we're gonna do an intuitive reading. I've got approximately 10 different decks here, and we're just gonna get started and just ask whatever messages that the cards and spirit and universe has for us today. We're just going to breathe deep and ask that the messages come to us in the right way at the right time. This is a timeless reading, and time is fluid, so whenever it reaches you is the time that it is most likely to resonate with you. So thank you so much for being here. We're just going to start out with one of the mandalas here. Meditation. Spending time every single day in meditation or prayer is the key component to inner peace. When we devote to our well-being, we tell the whole universe that calming the mind is our priority. It is through meditation we go within and take control of what enters our mind. I'm just going to go with some intuitive feelings. I want to bring in some crystal energy here. Turquoise, spirit of the earth, very grounding, beautiful energy. I'm actually going to bring in one more crystal. Peach calcite, all about harmony. And calcite, anytime you can have calcite around you, especially like orange calcite, just makes you feel fantastic. So peach calcite's the same way. It's like harmonizing all the energies around you. Meditation. This is a very balanced energy here. Past loved ones, the root chakra, chiastolite. So we have meditation, turquoise. Spirit of earth is very Mother Gaia type energy. Harmonize. This is all about the peace. Past loved ones with the chiastolite is I see that there's actually been some clearing and some calming feminine nurturing energy that has come in through your meditation, and it is bringing some comfort to you regarding your past loved ones. It's like a grieving process, but yet you seem to be in a very clear state. You just realize that the timing is just needs to be taken off here. So you know, it's all about being able for it to be a little bit easier as time goes on, but there's lots of nurturing healing energy here for whoops, let's take that one. The High Priestess. Yes, there's very, I'm feeling like you're guided, like it's okay. You're, any grieving that you might be going through, I feel like is divinely guided in its own way. Well, that was strange. Since this is a new deck, I would like to read from the book for a second. I'm going to bring this up just to see if you can get a little more detail on this. The detail is absolutely amazing. I'm actually thinking about taking some really cool pictures. The High Priestess. I offer up the mysteries of life. So, very interesting. I'm going to just read a couple things. Trust your intuition. Listen to your inner guides. Understand yourself better. Listen to the music of the universe. Allow creative ideas to germinate. So, streaks of lightning shooting from her fingertips as if to emphasize the two pillars from Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, formed as abstract typography with both meanings woven together. Her language is similarly abstract and often vague, with many symbolic and metaphoric references requiring patience to decode. Yes, like the higher guidance, you have like this higher guidance is just helping you and actually inviting you to just be still. And in fact, this says right here, the High Priestess invites you to be still, to meditate, to explore the mystery of life, witnessing the mind and becoming more aware of your feeling nature, which would be all that turquoise energy. As the feminine receptive principle, she perfectly balances the masculine desire to shape and master the physical world by calling us to reflect deeply on that which actively stirs our hearts. So, and I think I mentioned it, there's like a lot of nurturing feminine type of energy here, and very peaceful in its own way, you know. And you can see with like these light codes and everything, we have like the moon, and we've got like a waterfall, we've got, she's like out in nature, you know, and yet there's just, and she's got like lightning coming from, it's like she's powerful and fearless, but yet very interested in the divine and the bigger picture of the universe. So, and maybe those thoughts have been coming through since your past loved ones. You know, maybe you're understanding a new realm that you weren't aware of before, and maybe that is causing some kind of question, like you're questioning a lot of mysterious things. And but when the meditation is the first card coming out, it's the overlying energy, and then with this card even bringing it up, saying to meditate, it's all about calming that mind, so you can move forward in your thought process, and that's part of the grieving process. But you're also becoming a new higher awareness and higher consciousness almost, and going through this. So, or maybe the connection of a past loved one that you've just recently come across, and you're now realizing, you know, the different realms and the different dimensions that we actually live in. Magic of nature, which is, there's nature here, and then turquoise to me is always about nature. So I feel like you're being called to, with this meditation, with the High Priestess here, it's all right here. I'm going to just put this right here, getting into that peaceful, calming state, because you have this new beautiful awareness of the different dimensions, and probably that's why the peach calcite came into the reading, just to harmonize it all, because it's a lot to comprehend, basically. You know, it's a comprehension process. So let's pull in one more mandala, and the peacefulness of it all. I feel this reading, it just feels so peaceful. You know, there's a lot of peaceful, feminine, loving, nurturing energy. Abundance. So we've got like, it's just like overflowing with this, you know, gratitude for the big picture of life type if that makes any sense. It's just you see things in such a different light now, kind of like with this. It's, you know, it's just such a different light to look at. Sapphire, spiritual truth, yes. Coming into a very, very higher awareness of life in itself. Lots of peaceful knowing. That's what it feels like, a peaceful knowing. The Starman, which, okay, so this is different than the traditional tarot. So this is technically the Magician. This is called the Starman, number 1, the Magician. And God, it's so beautiful, isn't it? Just absolutely beautiful. I hope you can see. I hope I'm putting it. I definitely want to read. The Magician, to me, is like taking the wand and like, okay, I've meditated on all this. I'm in a higher dimension and I can make anything happen type thing. So let's see what the book says, because this is a new deck and everything, and it's just the Starman. I will blow your mind. And considered the Alchemist, and there is no reverse for this card. So manifest your reality. Ideas are communicated and brought into the physical world with ease. You have everything you need to create the world you desire. Reconfigure yourself in liberating, expressive, and complex ways. So it's interesting how you have all this calmness and this coming to center and very peacefulness, because it's almost like you're getting ready for something to that is going to be big for you, and it's going to require a lot of like a mental strategy, but with some magical component. But let me look and read this book a little bit and everything, and just get a better idea. Creative potency hangs in the air, a hidden potential demanding to be realized. The dissolving of the Starman's solid form into the golden pool of liquid light. I'm gonna hold this up while I read it. Of liquid light, the sheer willingness to melt himself down, to be reborn as something fresh, something new, yet containing all the elements woven from the past, is a powerful metaphor. Oh my goodness. We too can place the personality and the various jaded facets of ourselves into the flame of the creative fire, to be reconfigured in ever more liberating, expressive, and complex ways. We must throw ourselves into the white-hot flames, and despite this heat and sheer intensity, know that we can never disappear. To boldly confront the fear of destroying that which we cherish, something complete and comfortable, with great intrinsic value, and yet be courageous and break it down. To trust the Starman as he propels us toward the possibility of discovering what we didn't know that we didn't know, revealing the raw components of life, with all of the thoughts, passions, and anxieties, which can now be transformed and recombined into something powerful, extraordinary. I feel like, because this past loved ones is here, you're in a new awakening process, which, we discussed that a little bit earlier, but I feel like this might actually be quite the spiritual awakening, which obviously the spiritual truth is here, but you're not afraid of it anymore. It's like you didn't want to explore those different aspects of you. You knew that you had some pretty incredible manifesting qualities about you, And it took this situation regarding, I don't know if it's grief. There's not a lot of grief here, but there's definitely past loved one energy. So I don't know if you're past that grief or if you've been visited by a past loved one and now have a new type of awareness. And it's now taking you on a new spiritual path, because you have Spirit of Earth, Harmonize, High Priestess, the Magician, Spiritual Truth, Meditation, past level. Do you see where all this is going here? This is on a very divine path, and you're being led. Let's find out where you're being led, because it's clear to see what's going on now. I want to see where this is, because with the Starman coming here, it's showing your creative potentiality. And so now that this is a new realm of being for you, you're realizing, and with this abundance, you'll have the ideas will be flowing, and you'll have all kinds of opportunities, and you'll see that this is like a new light for you almost. Green calcite. So we have peach calcite and green calcite, and this is letting go. And like I said, the calcite, there's something about calcite that makes you feel very comforted. So this is definitely a letting go of the old self. There's a lot of heart chakra energy here and a lot of communication. So with those kind of energies, it's showing that you have basically shed a new, like I thought for sure the renewal card would come up in this one. It's like you shed the old new, kind of like this one, and now you have all this amazing new energy where you're able to, tap into a very, very higher divine energy in order to create something that you're going to be able to share with the world. And not only is it going to be just fun and exciting because you're able to manifest it, but it's also going to be just so beneficial for others. Vacation. That card keeps coming up everywhere. It just cracks me up. It didn't come up forever, and now it comes up in all the readings. But this is also heart chakra energy, and it's about becoming a more enlightened soul when we travel. So it's possible that some of this might have happened while you were traveling. Magic of nature and vacation, even though they're in different decks, these always seem to come up together. So very rarely is this talking about, your your high-end vacation to Paris or whatever. It's more about getting in touch with nature with all the elements, the earth elements, trees, the water, the land, air, fresh air, breeze. So, but I've almost, because of this coming up, the Gaia energy right off the beginning, it made me feel like that's where it all kind of happened. And that's where you began the process. So I'm not sure if that correlates with anything. I'm going to bring in one more eternal crystal. Whoop, whoop. I'm going to bring in one more eternal crystal. Oh, I keep knocking that over. Oakenite, past life patterns. Okay, so we do have a definite past situation here that has come to a complete halt, and you have let it go. You are definitely on a completely different path that is all about spirituality. You have let go of a lot of past energy. It's almost like it almost looks like a split of a twin flame soul connection, but it's okay because of that. There's been, there was a past life connection that has now been severed, and you learned from all of those past life patterns, and now you're able to move into a higher spirituality. It's like you finally, it's like it took many lifetimes type feeling. That's what it feels like. And like the High Priestess and the Magician, this is all about ascending from something that just really, it wasn't like, I don't get the feeling of toxicity. It's just been going on so long, and now you have such a peace that all of this past life and past loved one situation has come to, it's like it's full circle has come around. Because the Magician is the number one, or the Starman, excuse me, is the number one of the deck. The Fool is the 0, which is, you know, the Fool, which is Aries energy, represents the beginning of heading out on the adventure. And the Magician is the first card that starts making it all happen. So why did this one feel good? The Alien, which so that's what I love about this. It's like, it's not your tradition, in a way it's your traditional tarot, but it's fun too because it's something different. I don't know, I really like it. I really like it. It's been pretty easy to like get to know, you know, the deck in its own way, in its own and it reminds me kind of like of Sedona, because so anyway, the Alien is the Hermit card, if you're not familiar with it. So the, you know, here we have the Hermit in Sedona, and when I went on my spiritual quest and had my enlightening period, I found a place deep in the woods in Sedona, in the backwoods, and was back there for several weeks. I did have to come out twice for supplies, but I went right back in. And oh, and if you see here, there's a coyote here, but it kind of looks actually like a dog. And yes, I am really resonating to this reading on a personal level myself. So this is pretty incredible. I knew I loved this deck. Know your worth. You are perfect the way you are. Be free. Seek answers within. Go deeper and understand more of the universe. Take the time to do something you've never done before. The alien represents your own hidden or lost wonder and miraculous powers. See the powers, all this power here. The parts of you that have become alien to you. In the difficulties of life, the learning, the rules and consequences of family, school, work, and relationships, parts of ourselves must remain hidden, suppressed, denied. Parts of the whole remain hidden and unknown. The alien signals your urge for freedom, naked, untainted. There are no masks. There is no great cover-up. He is the catalyst for self-discovery and ignites the drive to question, challenge, and dissolve the walls that box us in. There is a remembering of something more astonishing, more beautiful, and utterly miraculous surfacing. The rekindling of dreams, new possibility, new worlds. See, new worlds. He invites you to weave your earthly wisdom into new forms. Your earthly wisdom, the turquoise, into the Magician, into new forms and expressions that have never existed before. He lifts you way above what you thought was possible. Sorry, I'm getting choked up. Way beyond what you thought was you. Lifting you out of your personality and its defenses and placing you back into yourself, whole and complete. Oh my God. I think this could quite possibly be the most beautiful reading I've ever given. so far. Because somebody, all of you, including myself, have come through a lot of shadow work being done with past life experiences and soul connections that we have here that they have passed. And our clearer understanding of all of this and our ability to ascend and to become magical from that energy that we are harnessing from this a newfound experience of the world. And I truly believe that this nature and this expanding out, like travel or nature, is either the cause of it, or if you want more clarity, this is what needs to be done. Because this is all centered around coming to center while grounded to earth in order to ascend into a higher realm of the universe, just like these two right here. Actually, in this one too, very, very grounded and connected. If you see, like especially the magician, the Starman, it's like there's absolute connection to the energy and recognizing it for what it is. And having this calming calcite, remember, it's all that calming, helping energy. And this is very, very cool. I wish you well. I really do. I think this is really a spectacular journey for all of us to be able to go through things that seem so difficult, and we can't wrap our head around it sometimes, but yet when we can get into a higher realm of thinking and being, like the magician said, and to be able to bring about this new energy and this new expansion of ourselves into the world, it shows others how we can heal these past life patterns and start moving forward in an ascension to the higher dimensions, and so we can have connection to all of our dimensions, if that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this reading today. Thank you so much. I've really, really am feeling very powerful energy from the Starman Tarot cards. This was the first introduction into them, and I really, truly am blown away. So I am going to be doing more readings with just this tarot deck and see what kind of energy we can come up with here. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you very much, and I hope that you find peace and guidance in this reading. And please hit the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate you very much. Much love to you, and peace out.